You want to move to the second level. Now, what's the second level? Well, verse 13 says, I am writing to you young men. Now we move up a little bit, and we're talking to young men. We're talking about, this is a word that would refer to somebody, 15 to 25. This is the virility and the strength of youth, and that's the second level of spiritual growth. And what characterizes it? Very interesting. He says, you have overcome the evil one. Wow. Wow. You have, past tense, already overcome the evil one. That is amazing. Amazing. How can I say, well, I have reached a level in my spiritual maturity where I have overcome Satan? You can say that. You can say that. You say, well, how can I say that? Go down to verse 14. He repeats this, I have written to you young men because you are strong. Now, if you're going to overcome Satan, you have to be what? Strong. Now, how do you get strong enough to overcome Satan? Follow the end of verse 14. The word of God abides in you, and you have overcome the evil one. You say, you mean to tell me as a Christian I can get to the place where I have overcome Satan? Absolutely. You say, do you mean I'll be sinless? No. The problem with sin is not Satan. The problem with sin is the flesh. And you're not going to get rid of that. I can tell you, basically, in my own life, Satan has really no ability to exercise his greatest strength against me. You say, what do you mean by that? Let me explain it this way. What is Satan's primary emphasis? He goes about disguised as what? An angel of light. Satan isn't operating, the lust of the flesh category. Satan isn't assaulting you on the pride of life. Those things the flesh takes care of. And the whole fallen system feeds the flesh. And Satan, of course, is the god of this world, so he is behind that fallen system. But Satan himself spends 99% of his time developing false religions. He is disguised as an angel of light. And you will triumph over his enterprise in false religion when you know the Word of God. I can always tell a spiritual young man, because a spiritual young man has got a grip on sound doctrine. And usually they want to go out and hammer the cults, or they want to go assault somebody who's in error. And that's characteristic of the strength of spiritual youth, where you know the truth. And Satan can come with all his lies and his false doctrine, and he just can't conquer you because the Word of God abides in you and you're strong. That's a wonderful thing. And the process of spiritual growth, let me tell you, I hate to say this, most of the church is in the category of spiritual babies, and they lack discernment and discrimination and understanding, and that is why there is so much diversity, so much chaos, so much doctrinal error in the church. Because the church hasn't even gotten to step 2, where they're strong in the Word of God. So what does a parent do? Feed that child and make that child strong so that child can defend itself against all of those things that threaten its life. Satan wants to come with error and lies. He is the father of what? Of lies. That's what he does. And when you grow strong in the Word, you become a spiritual young man. You've overcome the wicked one. Then the third